Hi, it is my first of two videos I do a year just to keep my channel up and not closed down. It's not like I have monetization or tons of followers, but I like to keep the channel open at least because there are a lot of great videos just for memories. Um, I realized after I kind of watched whatever it was I posted last that I did not really reply to the questions that I had asked. And the first one being, would you pick up somebody that you had seen walk the same way to and from your general area for the last year? So you know it's consistent. And the second one being, if you saw somebody exit a veterinarian clinic out who was very clearly upset, distraught, and looked like they were going to their knees, would you turn your car around and go to them? And my first answer for the first one was no. I thought about it, thought about it, and even through the bad weather that we are now enduring in Missouri, I realized you don't really know anybody, and although I was 99.9% certain he works where I work, I have not had the opportunity to see him around. So if I ever see him in person, I might ask, but just to pull up and ask, I think that would probably not be the smartest move. And the second answer is yes. Yes, I did. I turned left to get onto a highway, and the veterinary clinic was on my right hand side. I could see. I was stopped in traffic waiting to get onto the highway, and I saw this woman exit. I saw her um, obviously very, very distraught, and I pulled a not exactly a legal maneuver to turn my car around and get into the parking lot. And I just kind of walked up to her and said, "Hey, are you okay?" And she did let me know that they were unfortunately having to put down one of her animals, and having not too long ago been there, done that. I could sympathize with her, and her son was inside the clinic making some arrangements and whatnot. And so I sat with her for probably 5-7 minutes around there, and then her son came out and was very thankful and thanked me 100 times. And I was like, I would hope that somebody would do that for anybody they saw. If you haven't lost a pet, you don't necessarily always know, but that feeling, that just it's hard. It's so hard, and that's an understatement. The other thing I usually do in this first video is talk about my word of the year. Last year, my word was aspire. And for me, that meant like all of these things that I had always wanted to do. Finish a book, run in a race, have a minimalist, organized, spotless home, all of those things. Aspire to get to those. And did I do it? No, no, I did not. And I also realized that like I set myself up for failure with that one. Um, a couple of years ago, my word of the year was grace. And at that time, it was me um, trying to grant grace to other people and promising myself and learning how to do that, learning how to let go of grudges, anger, any of those things. And I fortunately remembered that, you know what, part of granting grace in that process is to myself as well. And I quit being so mad at myself. I quit getting upset at being upset. When you consider just the amount of losses that we've had in our family in the past few years, it's totally normal for me to have times that I'm just not going to be very happy. Um, I think that it was a really good lesson for me. Let's be realistic. Let's be kind. Let's forgive ourselves for not having the spotless home and not doing the things that you said you were going to do. And so when I thought about this year's word, I wanted to pick something that didn't necessarily set me up for failure, but it kind of encouraged me towards the things that I already have. And I settled on becoming. And to me, it's like becoming the person I want to be while being the person that I am. I think that we grow from everything that we go through. I think that we can dream big, but then not act on it. And I just really want to embrace where I am right now, embrace the life that we've created. Is it necessarily all the circumstances I would choose? No. But I am so incredibly blessed to have my family around me. Um, all of my kids right now are quite close, and that just, I feel so blessed for that, especially my grandson. And I have an amazing church family that checks on me when they haven't seen me in a while, and, a lot of so much gratitude towards them, dealing with all of my issues the last few years. But I also want to be true to myself and, become not only happy with myself, happier with myself, but be the person that I know I'm meant to be. And whether that means, pulling back from some commitments and, focusing more on some, and I don't know yet, but I do know that I'm not going to pressure myself to have a spotless house, to publish a book, to do all of these things. I am going to do the things that feel right to me, the things that feel uh, genuine, the things that feel true, and the things that are authentic for me. So that's it, becoming. And I like it. I like it a lot. So, on that note, please remember to be kind to one another. I'm hoping and praying that 2026 is happy and positive for all of us. And I'll see you next time. Bye.